The Riley Center. This is where it all happens. 5,480 fans cheer their hearts out for a Bonnie's victory. Team manager Dylan Evans knows all about it. Today, more than 100,000 Dashers delivered over 500 cities in the U.S. and Canada. But how will this delivery service impact our community? The youth of America took the polls by storm this 2020 election with record highs of young voters. But what was the general reaction to the presidential election on campus? But what is it like being isolated from the community? Our motto is, stay busy. Whether it's playing video games, watching movies, doing homework, or even a dunk contest. We try to keep ourselves as entertained as possible. On Monday, October 5th, my roommate Riley Burns attended his randomized COVID-19 test at the Student Wellness Center in Doyle Hall. Burns later received his results, but unfortunately they were positive.
2 positives and 1 negative in there, so they could just kind of assume that it was a false negative and that I actually had it.
Burns was quarantined in Doyle for up to 10 days in isolation.
It's not fun. I mean, it's very boring. There's just so much time every day. It feels like every day lasts for a week. You just try to find anything to do that'll pass the time and get you out of there as soon as possible.
When asked about the living conditions, he seemed content, except for the food selection.
The food was just, it was god-awful every day. It got to a certain point where I had to email them and ask them if they could send me something else. All
240 hours of Riley Burns' isolation within Doyle Hall took place right in the room above the bushes there. Burns described to me the moment he told his father the dreadful news.
I called my dad right away and I said, I just have really, really bad news. And he had known that I was getting tested that day randomly. And I told him I tested positive, and he said, yeah, I kind of knew you were going to say that when you called me.
Quarantine is now over for Burns, and he has rejoined the community.
It was probably the worst 10 days of my Bonaventure experience by far in there. It's just takes all the fun out of seeing everyone around campus, so it was definitely awesome to get some fresh air and see a lot of faces.
As of earlier this week, there are 16 students quarantined. 3 of those 16 are isolated, one of them on campus. Reporting for SBU TV, I'm Sean Maines. COVID-19 is shaking up St. Bonaventure's campus inside and out of the classroom. Professors and students say the relationships between them has gotten a lot less personal. Several students voiced their opinion on the matter.
I'm definitely not learning like I was in the past.
Caitlin Miller is a junior psychology major and says she has 0 classes face-to-face with her professors this semester.
Definitely not the same as in the past. One of my classes is just a pre-recorded lecture, so I've never even spoken to the professor. I've emailed him once, but if I saw him in public, I wouldn't even recognize him, which is obviously not ideal.
Lily Chittenden is a junior marketing major, and she had this to say about her experiences with classes via Zoom.
I think it's boring, and you don't learn a lot, and you don't get the same education in general.
Chittenden explained the challenge of connecting with the professors with online learning.
So I think if you have a class on Zoom, you don't have barely any relationship with a professor because you never see them in person probably ever.
But do professors feel the same way?
So it's more like teaching the subject than it is like teaching the student.
Professor Emetrius Robert Amico teaches all his courses remotely this semester, and he has his own issues.
So I have no idea which students are struggling and which students are just really goofing off, or which students, what their problems are.
Teaching class in person has been a struggle as well. Dr. Ed Simone, professor of theater, talks about why he chooses to teach in person.
I felt that if we could, we should.
For SBU TV, I'm Sean Maines. Basketball season is right around the corner, but will fans be allowed to attend? Athletic director Tim Kenny says they are following the same motto as the Buffalo Bills: no fans for the foreseeable future.
Right now, no. I guess that's a simple answer. Is right now, is from the New York State has stated, and the Bills kind of reiterated this yesterday, that they can't have fans for the foreseeable future. We're operating on the fact that that's going to be the same motto. We're not going to have fans for the foreseeable future.
Kenny says Bonaventure's athletic department have plans set to make up lost income ticket sales.
We've reduced our operating budgets 15% right off the bat.
Kenny feels optimistic about funding the program, even without ticket rent-a-view.
Help out. There's a lot of different ways we're going to be going at this. It's not going to be sitting back saying, oh, well, it is what it is. Nope, that's not how it operates. We're going to find a way to make sure we can make up that through savings and other revenue initiatives that we're trying to do.
DoorDash has finally arrived in the Olean Allegheny community this month with deliveries from 15 different restaurants. Delivery driver Patrick Enright has been through the process over 300 times.
Restaurant, you pick up the food, it's either paid for already or you use a card that DoorDash already gives to you, and you pick up the food and bring it to the customer.
Enright believes DoorDashing is the perfect job for college students.
A few hours a day and you get extra cash for the weekend or for just minor expenses you might have that you aren't expecting along the way.
Delivery driver Connor Mead enjoys working on his own time.
Choose my own schedule. Like if I get loaded up on homework one night, I won't work, but if I'm free, I can just go on the app and schedule right away in DoorDash.
I spoke to students Megan Hall and Dylan Conahan on their opinions of the election so far.
It's an election unlike anything that we've ever seen before. Even thinking back to 2016, we didn't see anything like this, and a lot of that is because of mail-in ballots and also early voting.
Kind of a crazy process, a little bit unprecedented in United States history with everything going on with the coronavirus.
Conahan emphasized his beliefs on how imperative it is that all votes are counted.
The importance of this election, I think it's important that we go through the entire process to make sure that everything's confirmed.
Hall and Conahan shared their thoughts on the divide between political parties in this election.
Very serious, not only online disagreements, but like in-person, real-time disagreements, and that's kind of a freaky thing.
Most of the states now are not even swing states. They're kind of either all red or all blue. Now it's coming down to a few states to determine this year's election, which is, it kind of says a lot about where we are, and it tells us where we need to go in our future.
For SBU TV, I'm Sean Maines. Charlie DiPasquale shared his expectations of the quarantine.
Nervousness that I might get bored or just have nothing to do.
But Chris Neverett says it's been the complete opposite.
Fun. It hasn't been too bad. Although we weren't allowed to leave throughout the day, we're able to entertain each other and ourselves just fine.
Food is delivered to our door twice a day.
Deliver it at about the same time each day, and we're definitely not going hungry, so.
Although quarantining is fun at times, Jeff Gerbasi is eager to rejoin our community.
I'm definitely anxious to return. Like I said, we are having fun in here, but I obviously like the person-to-person interaction that I get every day in class.
2020's Black Friday will look a little different than years past. Stores such as Walmart, Home Depot, and GameStop have announced they will remain closed on the night of Black Friday to limit crowding of shoppers. These three retailers will be closed on Thanksgiving and opening their doors early on the morning of November 27th. Many stores will limit the capacity of shoppers and keep their doorbuster deals online. In a statement about handling Black Friday this year, Walmart executive Scott McCall said, "By spreading deals out across multiple days and making our hottest deals available online, we expect the Black Friday experience in our stores will be safer and more manageable for both our customers and our associates." The easiest way to secure your safety and the deals you are looking for this Black Friday is by shopping remotely.